All right, welcome back to Cricket for Americans, CFA, as Gabe likes to say. Nick here.
Gabe.
And we are excited, and we are going to trudge in dangerous waters because we are doing our very first AB De Villiers video. It's been requested so much on Boring Reviews. I'm not sure if you know this, Gabe. There was a guy a few days ago who said he's unsubscribing after Cricket Tuesday because we did not do an AB De Villiers video.
We're trying. Listen, just doing an AB De Villiers video is like living on the edge, man. Living dangerously, okay? It's like in my house, living with a wife and a teenage daughter, going to the bathroom and not lifting up the seat, okay? That's what it's like. You're taking a chance. You're taking a chance, all right?
You are Mothra in Godzilla's path, my friend.
Exactly, dude. But, we're going to roll the dice right now, see what happens. Check out the video. Honestly, again, it's one of those situations where it's so with official content, you know what I mean? And it's so dicey what you're allowed to use, what you're not allowed to use, which is it's so silly, honestly. But it is what it is, you know what I mean? But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. What about you?
No, I'm totally excited. And I agree with you. Like, I understand someone that makes that video. They're like, oh, no, you are still in my video. If we were just to take your video and put it on our channel and add nothing to it, then yes, that would definitely be still in your video. But when you build an audience base on your YouTube channel and you react to something, your reaction, your thoughts are hopefully way longer than just the video itself. It's something new. Anyways, I won't go into that rant. But yes, let's go ahead and check this out. This is AB De Villiers' 360 shots. He is a South African cricketer, and I believe he just recently retired, like a lot of these greats that we're doing videos on. But we're excited to see his 360 shots, which is a smart thing to do because the field is 360 degrees. So, you ready, Gabe?
Yes, sir.
All right, count us down.
3, 2, 1.
There he is. $1800s. His strike rate 96. That means he's almost 1 run per ball he's pitched.
That's impressive.
Or he's bowled. I said pitched. Oh my gosh. Or maybe it's a ball or it's an over. Either way, it's pretty impressive. That wasn't the best fielding. There's a nice opposite field.
All the way to the wall for the 4.
Boundary.
Ball.
Again, it's interesting how he takes a step outside and he swings to the opposite way. But I guess it's all about the balance of the bat more than the balance of the feet. Going straight 9 o'clock right there.
Man, that's a pretty shot right there, dude.
Yeah. Almost like a golf swing, kind of.
And see, to me, this is one of the harder things to defend when a guy can spray the ball everywhere, like it says, 360 degrees. I mean, it's so frustrating because you can't defend it.
No, you hit the nail on the head because they have their guys fielded in position in a certain place, and he's finding the holes. Look at that. And look there's a guy not too far from the boundary there, but he's hitting it right where they're not.
You've got to have bat control for that, you know what I mean? There's guys in baseball that similarly can pretty much put the ball wherever they want to, and those guys just drive you crazy. But as you can see so far, we've watched this video. I don't think he's hit 1 6er yet, right? Because you sacrifice power in order to do that.
Yeah, sixers aren't as common as you would think, like home runs are in baseball from what I'm told. Looks like that bowler had his foot over the line, though, but maybe, I don't know. Oh, there you go.
Just as I said it. He said, here you go. Hold that, Gabe.
Yeah, they call that reverse sweep. No, maybe that's regular sweep. Whew. Now, I'm not sure, but that one seemed like maybe it didn't go exactly where he thought it was going to go, but it definitely worked out. Because his head was looking a little bit more downfield, and then he turned it like it was a surprise. Right. Yeah. see here. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. He was just following the trajectory of the ball. But you're right. That would be nerve-wracking for a fielder. Oh.
I think to me that's still like my favorite.
Yes.
Because it's the equivalent to a bunt. You know what I mean, dude?
Oh, yes.
And everybody's backing up, trying to, and you just, let me just scoop it behind me.
If I see a batsman doing that kind of movement, I'm freaking out. Like, oh, he's going to hit it or not. And it looks like that said Marsh, so that must be against Australia there.
I like how the bowlers don't even. Yeah, there's some emotion.
Yeah.
I love how the bowlers. I mean, how the fielders don't even move when they know it's out their range. Look at my range. What does that remind you of? Look at my range. Dorn, right.
Sacrifice his stiffs.
That ball is.
Oh man, I love that. That is trophy case worthy. Oh, look at that.
That's the thing about cricket, right? You
nice.
You got to keep using the same ball.
Nice field. He might have only got a 1 out of it. Oh, maybe he got 2 because he got back. Yeah, Masui used the same ball until it's gone. He's able to pick that up and throw it quick. Accuracy. This guy would just be hanging in there. When he comes up to bat and he's part of the line, maybe 2, 3, or 4, he's just like, no. Let's just survive. Let's get lucky. It's interesting how far wide they're running in that path there. It's like they couldn't get coordinated and almost ran into each other a few times. They probably they have at least 6 guys on the inner circle, it seems like, and it's still find a hole. Salute there. Got his half century. His strike rate is 1.5 runs.
That is ridiculous.
He does have 1.6. I don't think we saw it.
Yeah, no, we saw that 1.6.
Oh yeah, you're right. Right after you called it. Yeah.
He had to show me up.
Oh, he got him. He got him. So that probably was not his best performance overall, but super impressive in how he used the field, because I can only imagine that Australia, which I think they're playing, so I'm pretty sure March, there's 2 Marshes on the Australia team. I think they're both bowlers.
Right.
Their fielding's pretty good. So he was spraying it all over the place. He got his half century, which is awesome. There's nothing to sneeze at. That's fantastic.
Right.
But I could imagine he wanted to go a little further. But thank goodness he is able to do that 360 shot so that he can stay alive longer than, you know.
Well, I mean, it's one of those situations where it's so frustrating because with a guy that could put the ball wherever you want, you can't really plan for it defensively. You know what I mean? And in pro ball, even in high school ball, you see it where if you're looking at a punch and Judy hitter, as we call them, you know what I mean? A leadoff hitter, 9-hole hitter, whatever, you're going to have all your infielders up, even your outfielders are up because, you know, this guy's not going to hit it over your head. But when it's a power hitter, you know, we're talking 3, 4, 5. Now everybody's back. Everybody's as deep as it can get. And even with the lefty and righty, you know, lefties are going to pull to the, you know, right side of the infield and vice versa. So you're going to go ahead and field you're going to do the, the shift, right? You're going to employ the shift so that they can hit into the shift. But I mean, when a guy could put a ball anywhere, especially behind him, that's one of my favorite shots now because that's almost indefensible. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, let's just wait till he gets himself out trying to swing big or trying to go for a sixer. And, you know, you just got to hope. You got to hope. I think to me, still the toughest thing you mentioned when the two partners were running by each other, they almost ran into each other. They were running really wide. That's got to be the hardest thing. And I'm sure it's happened at some point. But could you imagine if you're batting well and you get out because the other guy doesn't get back in time? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It is a true partnership. And I don't think there's another sport where individually you rely on just one other person. You might say quarterback in football or quarterback and wide receiver, but if the one wide receiver is not open or runs the wrong route, you can go to another wide receiver. You can go to a running back, a tight end, whatever. But here, realistically, this is your partner. It's you and him. And if he's late getting back or whatever, let's say you try to stretch it to try to get 3 runs or 2 runs, and he's a little bit on the heftier side, rolls an ankle, whatever. That may not be a good thing.
Yeah, well, obviously they have 11 total players, but I see what you're saying. They have the partnership of 2 guys, and you've got to, don't get me out, I won't get you out. The only sport I can think of, I'm going deep into the sports, is maybe cornhole, right? Where you're throwing that beanbag across, and if the guy's not able to get his mark, then you're going to screw each other off. But in baseball, you do have sometimes where a guy's on first base or second base, and it's 2 outs, and he decides to go for the base, and it's like an 0-2 count or a 3-2 count or 1-2 count, whatever, and he goes. I can't imagine that'd be a little distracting to the hitter, and so the hitter's got to try to protect himself. This idiot went with 2 outs, and that's the only example I can think of where someone's going to get you out. In the test, I keep mentioning in that show, there's an episode, there's a part where one of the guys does get one of the other guys out with a dumb running move or whatever.
Ooh.
Guy was ticked. I mean, he held his composure, but he was ticked.
Well, here we saw a couple guys lose their composure. Apparently the Australians are a little fiery. Cricket's a gentleman's game, but you can see even the bowler. It looked like he yelled an expletive. Maybe I didn't understand it because he said it in Aussie. But bro, he yelled something.
I'm sure he was talking to himself there. A little conversation on the mound with himself, so to speak.
Man. That's hilarious.
The crazy thing is we can't go outside and we can't play cricket. We can't try it out right now. So what I've been doing is I've still been playing that game, Real Cricket 20. And I'm telling you, I get worse and worse at it. I have gotten so bad. And just when I think I learned some things in different ways of what front foot, back foot, advance, and leave is, I'm getting worse and worse. And I'm playing against these people who are either ranked or not ranked, mostly not ranked. And when I'm bowling and I have the 6 for that over, I might get 2 zeros for the first 2 balls, and I'm like, yes. And then all of a sudden 6, 6, 4, 2. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And you have to survive. And each of your bowlers have different skills. Some can spin it really good. Some can reverse it really good. Some can do a little action that way, spinning or swing or whatever. And I got to survive all those 6 balls with that bowler. And it's brutal, man. And not just that, but you'll position your players. Okay, this guy keeps going for 4, so I'm going to protect the boundary. And when you're in the second half of the game, as far as your overs go, you can put more guys out in that boundary. And so I would do that. And then the guy just starts hitting 6s, or he starts hitting, just the grounders and find a hole. And it's super frustrating. And I want to quit the game, but the game penalizes you for quitting in the middle of the game. So you have to sit there and suffer through. And so that's a microcosm of what these guys have to deal with, but I can understand to a small degree their frustration.
Bro, I've gotten smacked. I gave up like 3 6s in a row at one point, and I haven't played in at least 3 days. I'm like, I'm disgusted in myself.
It's difficult.
I had to hold myself at night.
Well, we hope you like our reaction and our discussion to AB De Villiers. We're so glad we're finally able to bring you a video, and if somehow everything goes well with this one, maybe we'll try another one. Let us know what's your favorite AB De Villiers that is not from an official cricket channel, please. And we'll see if we could add that to our list of things to do. Thanks for joining our new channel. We really appreciate it. As always, on Boring Reviews, we have lots of cricket videos as well. But don't forget to join us on our next post. We do 3 a week. Until next time.
That's 6 runs.